Cast your mind back 30 or 40 years ago. Do you remember what our mothers and grandmothers used to keep on the dinner table? Simple, real foods that kept them energetic, sharp, and strong well into their 80s and 90s. Somewhere along the way, modern grocery stores replaced those traditions with processed boxes, shiny plastic wrap, and fancy trend diets. But if you are a woman over 60 or 70, your heart needs specific, targeted nutrients that generic health advice simply does not talk about. Today, I am sharing 3 powerful, forgotten superfoods that our grandmothers relied on. These superfoods will actively strengthen your heart's foundation. It will also restore youthful elasticity to your heart. I will be diving into the dietary wisdom that restores vitality and cleanses your system better than any supplements, starting with one humble green leaf that relaxes your blood vessels better than almost anything else on the planet. Now, let us be completely honest with each other before we go any further. I am not here to sell you miracle cures, and as a senior woman over 60 or 70 who has lived a full, rich, and wise life, you should be deeply suspicious of anyone who promises you instant results overnight. Your heart has been beating faithfully for 6, 7, or perhaps 8 decades. It has carried you through raising families, building careers, weathering sleepless nights, and celebrating moments of immense joy. It deserves your utmost respect, and above all, it deserves the plain, unvarnished truth. We often hear about heart health in vague, scary terms, as if it were a car engine that is suddenly going to break down without warning. But your body is not a machine, and you are not just a collection of ticking parts. You are a complex, resilient, living system that has the remarkable capacity to heal, adapt, and renew itself at any age. The biological truth is that a woman's heart undergoes a very specific shift as the years go by. When we pass through postmenopause and enter our 60s and 70s, our bodies experience a quiet but profound hormonal transition. The natural estrogen that once acted as a protective shield for our cardiovascular system declines sharply. For decades, that estrogen was doing a wonderful job behind the scenes, keeping your blood vessels flexible, maintaining your cholesterol in a healthy balance, and dampening the fires of inflammation throughout your body. Without that natural cushion, a woman's arteries can begin to stiffen a little faster, and low-grade, silent inflammation can take root in the vascular walls. You might notice this in subtle ways. A slight heaviness in your chest when climbing a flight of stairs, coldness lingering in your fingers and toes, or a quiet, persistent fatigue that settles into your bones by early afternoon. But your heart is not failing. It is simply sending you a message. It is asking for the right kind of fuel to match this new season of your life. And the answer is not found in the latest expensive lab-made powder sold on the internet. The answer is found in the garden and in the kitchens of the women who came before us. Let us begin with our first forgotten hero, watercress. Long before kale became a fashionable buzzword in glossy magazines and trendy health stores, our grandmothers knew the power of wild watercress. They harvested it near cool running streams and served it fresh at the kitchen table. Today, watercress sits quietly in the produce aisle, completely overlooked, yet it remains one of the most concentrated, nutrient-dense foods on earth for a senior woman's circulation. Here is what happens inside a woman's body as she ages. The inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, gradually loses its ability to produce a vital molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is nature's key to keeping blood vessels elastic, smooth, and open. When nitric oxide levels drop, your arteries constrict, forcing your heart to exert far more pressure just to move blood through your body. Watercress is exceptionally rich in natural dietary nitrates. When senior women over 60 eat it, their body converts these nitrates into a fresh wave of nitric oxide, signaling the tight walls of your blood vessels to relax, expand, and breathe. Think of it as giving your circulatory system a gentle, natural widening, allowing oxygen-rich blood to glide effortlessly through your entire body. And for senior women, watercress offers a critical double benefit that most people miss. It is packed with natural vitamin K and bioavailable calcium. As women over 60 or 70 face a higher risk of bone loss, vitamin K acts as a precise biological traffic controller. It ensures that the calcium you ingest is directed straight into your bones where it belongs, rather than settling in your arterial walls where it causes hardening. It is a quiet, diligent green leaf that supports your skeletal strength while keeping your blood vessels supple and youthful. Integrating watercress into your daily routine requires no complex recipes. You do not need a fancy blender or expensive gadgets. A fresh handful added to a simple salad, tossed into a warm bowl of soup just before serving, or tucked into a sandwich provides immediate nourishment. It brings a crisp, slightly peppery flavor that awakens the palate while doing profound, restorative work behind the scenes. Next, let us turn our attention to the humble beetroot. With its deep, earthy red hue and dusty skin, the beetroot is a shy hero sitting in the produce section. But that rich red color is far more than a visual detail. It is driven by powerful, unique antioxidant compounds known as betalains. For a woman over 60 or 70, beetroot acts like a gentle surge of renewed vitality. As postmenopausal vascular changes settle in, peripheral circulation often slows down dramatically. This is precisely why so many older women struggle with cold hands, swollen ankles, and heavy aching legs after modest activity. When blood vessels narrow, your heart must work twice as hard to push blood all the way down to your feet and back up again. The dietary nitrates and betalains in beetroot work synergistically to restore smooth, low-pressure circulation. When you consume beetroot, it triggers a steady release of compounds that soothe irritated arterial linings and widen sluggish pathways. It delivers a refreshing rush of oxygenated blood to your vital organs, brain, and limbs. Many women find that regularly including beetroot restores a natural bounce to their step and clears away that persistent afternoon brain fog. Enjoying beetroot can be as simple and comforting as home cooking used to be. You do not need to buy processed beetroot powders or expensive supplements filled with additives. Simply roast whole beetroots in the oven until they are tender and sweet. Slice them up with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, or grate a raw beet into your lunch bowl for a satisfying crunch. The key for your heart is consistency, offering your body this steady, deeply nourishing root on a regular basis so your circulatory system can count on its support. It is not about eating an entire bushel of beets, but rather the quiet habit of adding a few slices to your plate a few times a week. It is a reminder that the simplest foods are often the ones that have been watching over our health for generations. Finally, we arrive at our third forgotten hero, the humble walnut. Tucked tightly inside its hard, wrinkled shell, is a nut that remarkably resembles the human brain and heart. Our grandmothers instinctively understood that walnuts held a special place at the family table, and modern cardiovascular science has now proved them right. When estrogen levels diminish, a woman's blood vessels become significantly more sensitive to chronic, low-grade inflammation. This silent inflammation damages the inner lining of your blood vessels over time, making it easier for plaque and calcium to accumulate. This is where walnuts play an irreplaceable role. Walnuts are nature's richest plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a crucial form of essential omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy plant fats act like a soothing balm for your vascular walls. They help construct flexible, resilient cell membranes throughout your entire cardiovascular system, actively calming systemic inflammation and supporting healthy cholesterol levels. Furthermore, walnuts are packed with potent polyphenols and magnesium, a crucial mineral that helps regulate your heart's steady, rhythmic beat and prevents those annoying nighttime leg cramps that so many women deal with. A small handful of walnuts eaten daily provides quiet, unwavering protection that compensates for changing postmenopausal biology. The beauty of the walnut lies in its absolute simplicity. It requires no cooking, no preparation, and no special culinary skills. A small handful enjoyed during your morning routine, sprinkled over a warm bowl of rolled oats, or paired with a fresh piece of fruit, makes for an effortless, highly satisfying habit that directly nourishes your heart. It is the kind of food that does not require you to stand over a hot stove. It is ready when you are, perfectly packaged by nature to keep its nutrients fresh and potent until the moment you crack it open. I want you to really think about the philosophy of what we are doing here. Reclaiming your heart health after 60 or 70 is not about chasing aggressive modern fads, taking a dozen ingredient powders, or forcing yourself into strict, joyless diets that leave you feeling deprived. It is about returning to the steady, loving rhythm of real, unpretentious food, the simple ingredients that nourished generations before us. You do not need to overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. You do not need to throw away everything in your pantry and start from scratch. That path leads to frustration and burnout, and your heart certainly does not need more stress. Instead, I invite you to start small with grace and patience for your body. This week, pick just one of these three humble heroes to welcome back to your table. Let the crisp watercress bring its refreshing energy to your plate. Let the deep red beetroot open up your circulation. Or let a handful of walnuts provide silent, steady protection for your blood vessels. There is something deeply grounding about eating foods that your grandmother would recognize. It connects you to a lineage of strength. It is a reminder that even in a world that is moving faster and faster, you can choose to move at a pace that honors your body's needs. Consistency is your greatest ally. Your heart does not respond to a one-time heroic gesture or a sudden dramatic change in diet. It responds to the reliable, steady care you show it meal after meal. When you choose to eat a handful of walnuts, you are sending a quiet message to your body that you value it. When you add beets to your soup, you are providing the raw materials your vessels need to keep their highways clear. This is the definition of self-respect. It is the understanding that your health is not something that happens to you, but something you participate in every single day through the choices you make. I often hear senior women over 60 or 70 say that they feel like they have missed the boat, or that they are too far along in their years to make a difference. I want to tell you with absolute certainty that this is simply not true. Your body is incredibly adaptive. Even if you haven't been eating perfectly for the last 20 years, your heart is still working to serve you every second of every day. It has not given up on you, so why would you give up on it? The small changes you make today will ripple forward. They will change how you feel in the morning, how you navigate your afternoon, and how much energy you have for the things that bring you joy. It is never too late to start a new habit. It is never too late to invite more vitality into your life. Think of your week as a series of small invitations. You are inviting better circulation. You are inviting stronger bones. And you are inviting a calmer, more resilient heart. You are not on a restrictive diet. You are on a journey of nourishment. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. If you miss a day, it does not matter. The next meal is another opportunity to start again. This is the freedom of a simple, food-focused approach. There is no guilt, only the gentle, rhythmic act of feeding yourself well. As you go about your week, keep these 3 foods in mind. When you walk past the produce aisle, let your eyes linger on the bunches of watercress, the earthy beets, and the walnuts. See them not just as ingredients, but as allies in your long-term health. Recognize that you are making a choice that honors your past, supports your present, and protects your future. Your heart has been the engine of your life's story, carrying you through every chapter. It deserves to be supported, cherished, and nourished with the very best that nature has to offer. You are the architect of your own well-being, and with these simple tools, you have everything you need to build a stronger, more vibrant foundation for the years ahead. Keep it simple, keep it consistent, and most of all, keep trusting in your body's innate ability to respond to the care you provide. You have the wisdom to know what truly matters, and you have the power to put that wisdom into practice, one plate at a time. The heart you have trusted for 70 years is still waiting to be fed, and now you know exactly how to do it. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are taking exactly the right steps toward the longevity you deserve. Let this be the start of a beautiful, nourishing chapter. Start with the watercress, the beetroot, or the walnuts, and watch how quickly your body appreciates the change. You are doing something wonderful for yourself, and you should be incredibly proud of that. Here is to a healthier heart, a more vibrant you, and the simple, forgotten joys of eating well. Take these ideas, make them your own, and enjoy the journey of returning to the roots of health. You have got this, and your heart will thank you for it in the quiet, steady beats of every day to come.